Welcome to the amazing world of UFO Top Secret. Looking out over this vast alien landscape, we cannot help but wonder what creatures might be waiting out there in the vast void of space, waiting patiently for man to contact them. What kind of world is it? It looks completely inhospitable, and yet we cannot be certain. Who knows what creatures, what monsters might be lurking in the vast depths of this planet, living in vast subterranean cities with a culture far in advance of ours. The mountains of this strange planet seem forbidding, remote, completely uninhabited. But in the vast design of space, this planet is only one small cog in a vast galaxy of stars and possible alien life forms. What's that blue glow out there in space, that deep and mysterious aura which we see phosphorescing in front of us, turning the blackness of space into an eerie fireworks of unearthly origin? As we watch, the aura changes colors, turning from blue to red, shifting through all the colors of the rainbow. What is this strange glowing light? Is it a beacon from an alien civilization, telling man that he is not alone in the uncharted depths of the universe? Or is it some natural phenomena, cosmic dust, gas, or some passing shower of meteor dust? Glowing in white-hot intensity, the aura changes colors again to a blazing white. Now it collapses into nothingness, fading back into the distance as our Earth passes in the foreground. What was it? Perhaps someday we will find out, but perhaps we will never know. Did anyone on Earth see this strange display from outer space? And even if they did, do they have any way of knowing what forces were behind this strange cosmic manifestation? We ourselves are only a tiny speck in the vast design of things, no smaller than the center of a carbon atom in relation to its own small universe. And in the vast void of space, at the mercy of strange cosmic forces which we cannot predict, and in many cases know absolutely nothing about, our own Earth seems such a small and insignificant planet. But out in space, the radio signals we send out let other possible civilizations know that we do exist, and that we have a culture. What might alien visitors think of our earthly laws and customs? Might they not consider us mere barbarians in the truest sense of that word? The barbarians and Stone Age men of the universe? Here we see a small object in space hovering next to a large red planet, very much like our own Mars. Is this small white object in the night sky an alien visitor from outer space, coming to us with a message of doom and destruction? Do the solar flares and prominences of the sun indicate cycles of UFO activity, signaling by their eruption that a new series of UFO visitations is about to begin? Do these spectacular displays of volcanic fury on the surface of the sun herald strange visitors from worlds beyond our own? In the past, UFO visitations have been linked by Project Blue Book, the Air Force manual on such activities, with atomic testing and weather disturbances and cycles of the sun and the moon. The controversy continues as the issues go round and round and round. The Air Force case study of UFOs, Project Blue Book, was abandoned in the late 1960s as having proved that UFOs did not exist. But even though the Air Force abandoned all research into the subject of UFOs, the rumors and reports of UFO activity continue to the present day. The Earth travels through space enveloped in an atmosphere of protective gases which shield out harmful cosmic rays and give us oxygen, the gas necessary to permit human life to exist. Only on Earth does oxygen exist in large enough quantities to support life as we know it. But what about a life form unlike our own? Could it not exist in a very different atmosphere? Out in deep space, we have sentinels of the skies searching for the answers to the astounding questions which have plagued both scientists and laymen for more than 3 decades. These sentinels send back valuable information about the weather, conditions in space, the surface features of many alien planets, and the atmosphere we would discover on that planet if we landed in a manned space probe. But more than that, these sentinels of mankind search the heavens for proof of UFOs. Do UFOs really exist? Is there an alien visitation in our future? Are we headed for a conclusive, final, all-convincing, close encounter? We cannot be certain. And the U.S. government's position on UFOs remains unchanged. But as the days go by, reports of UFO visitations continue to flood into newspaper offices, police stations, and the military. Just as in the case of our mysterious glow from space, there are many questions to be answered. What exactly are the UFOs that we read about in the newspapers and hear about on TV? What causes all these reports of UFO sightings and alien visitations? Are these sightings easily explained away as weather balloons, other natural phenomena, or publicity stunts and media hoaxes? Or do these UFO sightings represent genuine proof that we are being visited by creatures from other worlds? As far as we know, Earth is the only inhabited planet in the entire solar system. But how can we be sure? How can we be certain that the Earth is just one of many planets, all inhabited with their own races, waiting for us to contact them so that we can all join hands and be neighbors in the universe? What's that strange, mysterious spacecraft behind that crag? Is it one of our spacecraft, our vanguard ship for an alien invasion? No. It's only one of our own Earth exploratory probes, which we send out to sample the soil and weather conditions on alien planets in preparation for a manned visit to the planet. The sensitive instrumentation on board the space probe sends back information which will be of vital importance in deciding our future space program. In addition to taking soil samples, the built-in antenna of the space probe listens intently for signs of alien communications. The probe deftly digs out a small sample of rock and dirt from the planet's surface and then analyzes the dirt inside the probe itself. The probe sends back the information it discovers in code to Earth headquarters. The radio signals of the craft are then deciphered and can form photographs, chemical analyses, or give valuable data on the precise temperature for various times of day on the planet's surface. All of this scientific data is necessary if one day man is to conquer the universe, instead of being a prisoner on his own planet, looking out longingly at the stars, wondering what vast, unimaginable secrets the heavens may have in store for him. And to that end, the research goes on, grain by grain, adding more information to the picture we have of the amazing universe around us. Man is small, like a grain of sand in the vast design of the cosmos. The winds of change may blow across the earth, but man endures. And although the winds of change may be harsh, and many men and women may pay the supreme price for scientific knowledge, eventually, mankind will be allowed to take that final step into the universe and join the universal fraternity of interplanetary brotherhood. For is not man truly a child of the universe? Man's civilization is merely a thing of several thousand years. But what might an alien civilization have accomplished over its many millions of years of evolution? Space travel, destructive rays, teleportation. All these things might easily be within the grasp of an alien intelligence. Even time travel is not out of the question. And as man reaches out into the universe, who knows what amazing secrets will be waiting to be unlocked? Who knows what astounding mysteries are out there in the vastness of space, waiting for mankind to discover them? Who knows what forms alien life might take? It could be anything. Even these little glistening grains of sand might be some seeds of an alien intelligence traveling through space across the millions of galactic miles, searching for a new home in which to survive and flourish. Might not these alien spores land on Earth? And might not these strange alien civilizations find in Earth the most hospitable environment imaginable? These alien civilizations might bring peace, knowledge, and understanding. But they might also bring death, destruction, and evil as they spread a red glow of carnage through our Earth, reducing it to nothing but a slaughterhouse, an alien food-breeding ground. Who knows what our alien visitors might have in store for us in some future invasion from outer space? And these alien forms, how did they develop? Was their genesis very like our own here on Earth? And is their life cycle designed much the same as our own? Or do these alien visitors need little food, no air, existing only on rocks or some gas which is deadly to us? Who can tell what sort of life one might find on a distant planet far beyond the boundaries of our own solar system? In all the vastness of the universe, we have no way of knowing what our future visitors might look like or what their motives might be. Our alien visitors may come in peace, or they may come to fight a battle to the death. And who do you think will win? If the aliens have a civilization advanced enough to permit them to travel freely from planet to planet, who can tell what sort of horrifying weapons they might possess and what regard they might not have for human life forms? Perhaps they would look at us and see only a race of ignorant savages bent on self-destruction. What will save us then when we have been condemned by our own interplanetary neighbors to an existence of servitude and enslavement, furnishing food or labor for a vast alien occupying army? Again, looking out over this forbidding alien landscape, we think once again, perhaps this land was once populated by a race not unlike ours. And what happened to it? No one can be certain. Did a UFO buzz the presidential helicopter? On June 17, 1978 at 1:30 p.m., Jimmy Carter took off from the White House lawn in his presidential copter. A passerby snapped this picture of what appears to be a UFO trailing the copter. True or false? We can't be certain. This skateboard UFO was seen from a plane over Staffordshire in Britain on April 1st, 1966. This is a frame from an 8mm home movie. Is this a UFO? No explanation has ever been given for this photo. This UFO was photographed in September of 1973 by a professional news photographer near Pelham, Georgia. Does this picture show a UFO in flight in the night sky? This photo, taken during the early fall of 1973, also near Pelham, Georgia, also shows some unidentified flying object in the night sky, something which the Air Force could not explain. Is this an alien ship investigating our planet? Is this a photograph of an alien visitor? This picture was taken on a highway in the deep south and has never been explained, although the photo was subjected to intensive analysis. Is this an alien visitor signaling us of his existence? In this photo, we get a clearer picture of the creature. Note how the creature glows and sparkles in the night blackness. Is this because of his skin or because of a protective atmosphere he has around himself? These mysterious bowls of fire were seen floating in the night sky over St. Vallier-de-Tis, France. This photograph was taken in 1966. What are these strange messengers from the skies? Are these UFOs? These glowing flying saucer shapes were photographed in May of 1957 over Yokohama, Japan. They flew in a classic V formation, as UFOs have done in many documented UFO sightings. Are these saucers visitors from outer space? These 6 UFOs were photographed near Tombstone, Arizona in 1968. They flew over the desert for hundreds of miles and were viewed by many reliable witnesses. No explanation has ever been advanced for these strange glowing objects in the skies. These saucer-shaped UFOs were seen over the airport in Omura, Japan. UFO sightings often take place near nuclear power plants, test sites, and near airports. Are UFOs keeping tabs on our nuclear progress and our air transport system? This astonishing photograph of a UFO was taken near Picacho Peak, New Mexico, by a passerby who happened to snap the picture with his small camera. No satisfactory explanation for this photo has ever been advanced, and it joins the ever-expanding files of UFO visitations. This incredible photograph was taken by a flight attendant at the famed Orly airfield near Paris, France. While loading a plane with passengers and supplies, the attendant looked up to see this blazing UFO directly above him. This is a very early photograph of a flying saucer-shaped UFO taken in the Zoological Gardens at Basel, Switzerland in 1907, and shows a clearly unmistakable UFO shape. This photo has defied any attempts at analysis for over 40 years. This dark spherical craft was photographed following a bomber of the Japanese Imperial Navy during World War II. Photographed in 1942 by the Japanese Ministry of Information. The Japanese government circulated the photo widely, but could find no explanation for it. Do UFOs exist? What are UFOs? Where do they come from? What do they want from us? Man has asked these questions for decades and is still searching for additional information to help him answer these important, puzzling questions. Technically, a UFO is an object that refuses to identify itself to authorized personnel on the ground or in the air, and is therefore known as an unidentified flying object. But although the Air Force likes to hush up the number of UFO sightings which have taken place since World War II, the fact remains that although the official government file on the subject of UFOs is closed, the controversy rages on today more strongly than ever before. Every new day brings us additional information about the astounding solar system around us. What is that strange object circling this sun of a distant solar system? It's not a planet. Any planet that close to the sun would be pulled into its gravitational field. Our own sun is a boiling mass of molten lava and volcanic gases spinning dizzily in the heavens at the center of our solar system. Mankind maps the sun and tells from a study of the sun's spot patterns and eruptions what changes will occur in earthly weather patterns. But there is an additional connection between sunspots and volcanic activity and the number of UFO sightings which ordinarily occur. At that time, when the sun is at its most volcanic fury, with a great number of sunspots and disturbances, the number of UFO sightings dramatically increases. Could there be an alien civilization living at the core of the sun? Or a control center at the core of the sun, which guides alien ships on their nightly visits to Earth? We know the sun's exterior is molten, but could there be a cool core at the center of all that volcanic activity? What a perfect location for alien scout ships to depart from, undetected, unnoticed, and close to the Earth, as well as the other planets. Who can tell? Is there an alien civilization at the center of the sun? What is the connection between the activity on the surface of the sun and cycles of UFO activity? Similarly, when the moon is full, the number of UFO sightings dramatically increases. Is this coincidence, or is it a real link in the UFO question? Spectroscopic analysis of photographs of the sun taken by telescopes and other space probes which pass close to the sun may give us some answers to the question of life on other planets. But the more we know, the more the mystery deepens. And out in the vast void of the universe, a small speck of light beckons to us. Is it the signal of another intelligent life form trying to communicate with us? And what is that mysterious white object circling that red alien planet? Is it one of their scout ships, perhaps returning from a mission to Earth? The more we know about the universe, the more we realize how little we really know. As we travel through space, come with us on an imaginary tour of the galaxies as we explore the mysteries of deep space, searching for answers to the UFO controversy. What's that spiral of cloud dust ahead of us? Is it another galaxy? Another corner of intelligent life in the vast, illimitable void of the universe? Is it the home of an alien civilization far advanced from our own primitive culture? In observatories around the world, scientists keep watch, looking for a key to unlock the mysteries of the universe. What are these mysterious rays from outer space? Are they a communication from an intelligent alien visitor? Are they probe rays which chart the surface of our planet for some alien cartography mission? Far out in the vast reaches of space, man continues to send up probes, continues to send up explorer satellites, continues to look beyond the boundaries of the Earth's atmosphere for the answers to the continuous question. Do UFOs exist? Is there life on other worlds? Are we being watched by creatures from outer space? And while the research continues, the mystery deepens. These deep dish radar telescopes keep watch on the skies, listening for advance warning signs of a possible impending visit from a civilization far in advance of ours, far out in deep space, beyond the reach of our more conventional telescopes. In ancient days, man sailed the seas for adventure. Ancient astronomers, philosophers, mathematicians, and other sages first discovered the basic secrets of the universe thousands of years ago. And although the basic facts have been unearthed, the real work is just beginning. These discoveries of the past have only paved the way for the discoveries of the future. Thomas Edison, the great American inventor, invented the electric light, the phonograph, and many other inventions which eased life for the average American. Henry Ford gave us the Model T and the first American assembly line. The Wright brothers gave man his wings on that historic day at Kitty Hawk. Lindbergh flew where man had not dared to fly before. Einstein split the atom and developed the theories of relativity which made space travel possible. But as we rocket into the space age, we must think of our past and of how little we know, how much we have yet to learn. Are we alone? In all the vastness of the universe, there are still so many mysteries to unfold. We look around us as the planets silently glide through the reaches of distant interstellar space, and we realize that here, in the outer reaches of space, all the hopes and dreams of the most ambitious mind will find fruition. Mankind truly belongs among the stars, if he can reach them. As we silently pass by the planets, we wonder, what sort of alien life forms will we find on them? Will these aliens be humanoid or appear in a shape very unlike our own? Will these aliens be our friends or our enemies? Will these aliens work with us, or will they destroy us, ruthlessly crushing us in a bloody alien invasion which comes without warning, without a word, an attack with no mercy? Here we are, then, amidst the beauty and serenity of the universe, floating effortlessly among the planets. And we wonder what secrets they may hold for us. Are there really UFOs in the skies? Do UFOs come from other planets far beyond our own galaxies? And do they bring us visions of peace and fruitful harmony? Or do they bring terror? Why has the Air Force so persistently abandoned Project Blue Book in spite of the ever-increasing daily flood of new UFO reports which continually cross the desks of the most respected government scientists and researchers? What sort of secrets are there really in the current UFO controversy? What sort of future is there in store for us as we consider the question, is there life on other worlds? Is there a race out there, far in the distant reaches of space, which awaits a visit from us? Until all the facts are known and all the evidence is put firmly into the light, we will never be certain. Recently, in the summer of 1978, the United Nations chaired a worldwide conference on UFOs and decided that UFOs were a matter of grave national concern, while our own CIA steadfastly refuses to admit that UFOs even exist. UFOs? Do you think that UFOs exist? There will be no clear answer until all the secrets are out in the open, when there is no more need for a file marked UFO Top Secret.